Every year we have some films get released that are incredibly divisive, and The Substance is definitely one of those. Even from a quick glance at the Google reviews, we can see there's as many 5-star ratings as there are 1-star ratings, so why is this the case? Well, here in the UK, this film is rated an 18, which is better known as an R rating for some, and it has strong bloody violence, gory images, and pretty much all the rest, like nudity, everything you can think of really. Now for some movies, they put all this in there to try and sell tickets and try and get that shock value, and there's no doubt that it is shocking when you see it in this movie, but it all makes sense for the story, and that's when I don't mind gory images and stuff. I feel like if it's, actually going to benefit the story, then fine, go as strong as you want to, really. And here, they really had to do that because they stripped things back and really showed the length someone will go to get that desired appearance.
Well, there's no sense fretting. Good Lord, you're ugly.
So to give you a brief summary of what this film is about, we have a character called Elizabeth Sparkle, who's played by Demi Moore, and she's known for her aerobics show, but as she hits her 50th birthday, her boss wants to fire her and replace her with someone younger. With this, you can clearly see that her star is fading. However, one day she gets offered the substance, and with the substance, she is reborn as a younger version of herself, who's played by Margaret Qualley. The only rule, though, she has to split the time equally, so 1 week in one body and 1 week in the other body. So with this premise in mind, it's understandable why someone like Demi Moore would be interested in getting involved here, as it is a story that does mirror her career in a way, where she was once the young and upcoming actress, getting all the roles, but now she's entered her maturity in life where those roles have become a bit more scarce. Not only that, but it's also worth noting that Demi Moore has had cosmetic surgery in the past, including breast implants, and so a movie that focuses on body modification would be very relevant to her. And so with that, you might be led to believe that this is a film that's targeting a specific demographic, but that is not the case at all, and that really does bring into focus the beauty of The Substance. As this is a movie that tackles a certainty in life that is aging, it's something that we all can relate to. Like myself, for example, I'm a man in my late 20s, and sometimes I'll look in the mirror and think, damn, that hairline is getting a bit further back than I'd hope. And so everyone's got that. Everyone's got that time when they look at themselves in the mirror and think, I'd happily change this, this, and this.
Bill, look away. I'm hideous.
This sort of mentality is perfectly emphasised around the halfway point, as with Demi Moore as that older version of Elizabeth Sparkle, but it's after she's had some time to be the younger version, which she titles as Sue. Like, she calls herself Sue when she is Margaret Qualley's character, and so now she's back in the original form, but she's about to go on a date with a man, and she gets ready and she thinks she's fine. She's about to open the door to leave, but she can't stop going back to the bathroom to change something because she doesn't look how she thinks she should look at that point. She thinks that she has to look perfect to go outside, but the thing is, perfect for her is looking like her younger version, which at this moment in time she can't be. And this is where The Substance really sucks you in, because although you are watching one person, and the film does state multiple times that she is one, you are also watching two personalities collide with each other and fight for dominance. And with this comes another layer of the film where instead of just looking at it from a beauty standpoint, now you're looking at it from an addiction standpoint, where as we see with people who suffer from addictions, it feels like they're not fully in control of their body. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. It feels like someone else is taking the wheel. To bring all these pieces together and have a film like this become a success, a lot does rely on the technical side of things, and that's where director Crawley Farjar has done a fantastic job. It really is a stunning watch as we see these movements of the camera and these close-ups really add to that intimacy, and there's a scene in particular with Elizabeth Sparkle's boss, who is played brilliantly by Dennis Quaid. His name is Harvey, so you might be able to put two and two together there in terms of another famous Harvey, and he is pretty sleazy. And the scene involving him with Elizabeth Sparkle having a meeting where he's eating shrimp and he's chewing and munching with his mouth open. There's bits going everywhere, and like I said, we're really close up into his mouth. And so in a film where we have all this body horror, this scene is probably up there with one of the worst in terms of ones to witness.
Ew, gross.
I previously mentioned that our protagonist does not always feel like she has complete control, but in reality, she always has the option to press stop, to ring up this mysterious voice and tell them that she wants no more with this substance and that she wants to just, stop it completely. And the thing is, she was one to participate in the first place. She's got herself in this deep mess, and it is a mess. And it's one of those where you just like, you're wondering what she's going to do next in terms of what's going to be her decision here. Will anything push her to that breaking point? With this film being a horror sci-fi, it's not necessarily the sort of genre that will do well when it comes to award season, but people do like a comeback story, and with Demi Moore, this is a fantastic performance. Dennis Quaid as well, with that supporting role, and Margaret Qualley, I will mention her because she's been in quite a few big films recently, but not necessarily has made a big statement, but here she really does as this persona of Sue. And yeah, I thought her alongside Demi Moore, like they work so well to make this believable. And I think with all they had to do when it came to the nudity and really having to show off so much themselves as well, yeah, they fully commit to it, and that's really commendable. Because even though the setting here is on Earth and it is in modern America, there is an odd feeling to everything. And with some characters, they feel more amplified than they might be usually. And with some characters who may appear to be genuine, you're always on edge. You're always doubting yourself, thinking, are they actually genuine, or is there more here that meets the eye? When it comes to an incredibly ambitious film like The Substance, a question does come to mind of whether it can stick the landing. And for the last 20 minutes of this movie, it goes to an extreme level where I've still been on the fence about it ever since I left the cinema, because I'm not sure whether it needed to go to such lengths, because at that point in the film I was thinking, give me a tap and I'm knocked out. But instead the film thought, you know what, I'm going to give you a sucker punch blow. I fully understand the reasoning and the visual storytelling on show here, and how they want to get to that final shot, which is a pretty good one. But at the same time, I think for some audience members, this might ruin their experience slightly. And I think with a film that is a love or hate kind of movie, this is a love or hate kind of ending. And I think for some people who will like this ending, it's exactly what they were hoping to see from a film that has been described in this manner. But look, at the end of the day, it may have not hit the spot perfectly, but with many films these days, they're not ones that are creative or not ones that take risks. And so I think with this film, even though it has got many 1-star reviews, it has also got many 5-star reviews, as we saw at the start of the video. So, if there's any film to take a punt on, I'll say this is worth it. And for those who are fans of horror and sci-fi, I think it's a must watch. So yeah, The Substance is a wild ride. It's impressive across the board, some great special effects, visually compelling, thought-provoking, one of those films where you might take something different than the person next to you because you can really delve into it personally. And yeah, a film that wants to get across that you should love yourself for who you are and focus less on those who want to cast you out of their lives and focus more on those who want to bring you into their life. With that, The Substance is definitely one of my favorite films of 2024. But have you seen The Substance? If so, what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to keep this party going, on screen I have a couple of my recent reviews.